we're calling it the clinician zone. And the clinician zone is even breathing, patients are expelling aerosols up and into what we're calling that clinician zone. I believe it's a CDC coined a term AGP. It's an aerosol generating procedure. I thought it was kind of neat because what they wanted to understand was in dentistry, what generates aerosols. And guess what? Virtually everything generates aerosols in dentistry. High-speed rotary instruments, anything that's got a burr or whatever you got it, ultrasonics, polishing, you name it, everything generates. And they actually also found out that simply breathing, people generate aerosols. And then when people talk, things like the or b or p or s, all of those generate aerosols and also little tiny droplets of liquid that can contain biologics. So when we saw this, we thought, holy cow, let's see how an HVE works in this. So now that video you just saw was his baseline, and you could see kind of where everything was floating around his head and in what I'm calling the clinician zone. Look at the effect that an HVE has on that. So exact same situation, but the only difference is he took the HVE, put it in the mouth. And yeah, based on what we're seeing here, what Dr. Rella Christensen is saying and Michelle Strange, everything, HVE is very, very effective in sucking in those aerosols into the mouth. Even as he's breathing, you can see it going from his nose into his mouth. When he pulls it out, immediately it just starts coming out. So HVE works. HVE works really, really well. It's awesome. The issue, though, and what we've been hearing from our clinicians is you're only putting that HVE in the mouth when you're doing a procedure. A lot of times it's taken out of the mouth. So the last video that I want to show you in this experiment is what effect does the Isolite have. So I'm going to put this in here. And when I play this, you'll see. Here's John, same exact thing, fog machine, all that. But the difference is we've got the Isolite in there, and it's evacuating. So as you can see, this context of about 90%, even mist or aerosols that are partially escaping are being drawn in. And the moment you shut the actual device off, again, as the patient's breathing, those aerosols go straight into or go back into what we're calling the clinician zone. The big difference that we're seeing, and it's consistent with this hands-free continuous evacuation, is when you have the Isolite in there, the moment your patient is in the chair and you place it, turn it on, you are capturing the aerosols that are being generated, regardless of whether you have the HVE in the patient's mouth or not. So purely from a procedural perspective, it was really helpful for us to visualize what was going on there, and it kind of gave us the confidence to say, you know what, these studies, these things that we're hearing, the fact that constant evacuation or hands-free evacuation is powerful.